I'm going to be explaining how you can draw an eye. So what you're going to need is a piece of paper, a pencil. Mine has an eraser, but if yours doesn't, please get one. An eraser. Then get a black pen. Then you're also going to need some colors. So depending on what color you want your eye to be, that's going to be what colors you choose. And you're going to want to have different shades of that one color. So I chose blue. So I have different shades of blue in pencil. Then you're also going to want to have a white pencil. And then black pen, the black Sharpie. And markers in the same color as your pencils, again in different shades. Okay, so to start, you're going to draw an almond. Now you can choose how big you want it to be if you want. And this is going to be the shape of your eye. So if you want to make it a bit more round, kind of like this, just to give you an idea. And then you can change it to look how you want. So if you want your eye to be big, you make the almond bigger. If you want it to be a small eye, you can make it a lot smaller. Make it the shape that you're happy. And then when you're satisfied with the size and shape, so it kind of has to have this shape, but not the size. It can be whatever size you want it to be. Then in the middle, we're going to draw a circle. And you want the circle to reach the edges of the top and the bottom, so for it to look like this. You can also make this as small as you want or as big as you want. Then when you're done, we're going to draw another circle in the middle of this circle, but it's going to be a lot smaller. So for it to look like this. Now, you have the basis of your eye here. Now you're going to start drawing the eyelashes, and we're going to start with the top of your eye. And you're just going to start drawing a bunch of little lines on the top. And you can make them as long, as short. You can make a lot of them or not that many. That is totally up to you. And just kind of do like little flicks and kind of give them a curve so they look like eyelashes. Then when you're happy with that, you can start doing it on the bottom of your eye. So once you're done with the top, do the same thing on the bottom, but you might want to make the eyelashes a bit shorter since we are trying to make a more realistic eye, and that's how our eyelashes are. Okay, so when you're happy with your eyelashes, so this is how mine looks so far, we're going to start coloring now. So you're going to start out with the darkest shade of pencil that you have. So this is my darkest shade, again in pencil, whatever color you choose to be, so green, brown, yellow, purple, blue, whatever. And you're going to start coloring the top of your eye. Now don't go too hard because you're going to want it to be easy to blend in with the other shades. So kind of do the top right under here and just kind of go in with this darker shade so that it looks like this pretty much, just to give you a general idea. And you're going to do the same thing on the bottom. Again, don't go too hard because you're going to want to be able to blend it out later on. Okay, so once your eye kind of looks like this with the the bottom and the top part are colored, you're going to go in with a lighter shade but still make it dark. So this is the shade. and you're going to go over what you just colored. Again, you're going to want to be able to blend all of these colors out so they're even. So just use a light hand. Okay, so this is how it looks so far. So you kind of can see the different shades. This is the darker part and it's lighter towards the bottom. Now you're going to take the darkest shade that you have. This is my darkest shade. And you're going to want to go nice and heavy right underneath the lash line. So right here. Just kind of like color it so it's very dark. And you're going to do the same on the bottom part. So here you go, you have two dark areas. Then when you're done with that, you're going to take a medium shade. So this is my medium shade here. And we're going to start to blend out these colors that we've done so far and blend it out throughout the entire eye. So you're going to start from the top and start coloring down towards here. Towards the middle of the eye. And still be pretty gentle because we're going to do a lot more blending with the colors. And then once it doesn't have to be perfect because there's still going to be a lot of adjusting that we're going to be doing. And it doesn't have to be completely covered. If you want to leave some parts that are less darker than others, please do. So this is how it looks so far. As you can see, we have darker shades and now it's kind of evened out towards the middle. We're going to start making it a little bit darker. So this is the shade that I'm going to be using. So use a lighter shade, but it doesn't have to be the lightest, towards medium darker. And just kind of start blending out the bottom part of the darker parts of color into the lighter part. And again, don't go too hard because we still have a lot of blending to do. And if you do make it a bit too hard, it's not going to be easy to blend and it's just too much work. Okay, so take your darkest color again. And we're going to do the top part and bring the darker all the way down here. So I'll show you just a minute. And this is where you start to color a bit heavier. So as you can see, I brought the darker color towards the middle. And you're going to do on the top and on the bottom. And once you're happy with the way it looks, you still want to keep a little middle part to be light. And then take your lightest shade and blend it all out really well so that it's all kind of evened out. And here you can color harder because we're not going to have much blending left to do. Okay, when you're happy with the way it looks, so this is how it looks so far. You can see the darker and the lighter parts here. You're going to take your darkest color again, and we're going to do a dark line on the outside here. nice dark line. This is also a good way if by any chance you went outside of the lines and there's color there. It's an easy way to cover it. And then you're also going to do a nice dark part under the lash line and on the bottom as well. Okay. And this is going to give your eye a bit more of dimension. Okay, then if you had a different color that's kind of different, so I chose this aqua blue because I wanted some greenish tones in my eye. Take that color and start applying it all over. So now you have the other color, this color tones. And they're not going to seem extremely visible, but trust me, they'll come out. Okay, now we're going to start using the markers. So take your lightest shade of marker and we're just going to go all over the eye, so everywhere, except the middle part, which you're going to leave white. Okay, when you're done and you've completely covered the eye, it gives it a smoother look and it evens out the colors. So now you're going to take your darkest shade, which for me is this one, this dark blue, and you're going to put it in the exact same spots where you originally put the dark color in pencil. And just kind of do like light strokes on the top and bottom lashes. So it kind of looks like this. Okay, and now you're going to take your finger and kind of blend it out. There you go. So as you can see, it looks a bit more natural now. And now you're going to take your dark color still and you're going to do the line that you did with the dark pencil, and you're going to reinforce it with your marker. Okay, there you go. You can see my eye now has a dark line around it. Okay, now you're going to take your kind of medium shade and you're going to start blending it out on the top, just kind of applying it. So you can see I applied it here, and I'm going to be applying it here as well. And you can also put some on the edges. Okay, now you're going to blend it out with your finger again. So if you're not sure how to blend it out, you can either tap on the ink and just kind of move your finger around so that the ink spreads evenly, or you can rub it in. Either way, it will get the job done. Okay, so when it looks pretty evenly blended, you're gonna take, if you had an extra color, so like I had the aquamarine in my pencils and now I have a gray as a marker. And if you want to add some different colors in your eye, do it now. Just kind of like randomly place it in the eye. So like I added some gray, now I'm going to add some green. Or not. So now you're going to take your black pen and you're going to do the center of your eye in a small circle. Now, if you want to leave, like in cartoon eyes, how they have like the little white piece, what you're going to do is you're going to draw with your black pen and leave that space. So, like that. And so just you know where not to color with black. If you don't want to do that, then don't. And take your black marker and just color it all in. Wherever you left white, just apply the black. Obviously, if you left the reflection part here, don't color that in. Okay, when you've completely filled the eye with black, it's gonna look like that, pretty much. Then you're gonna take your black pen and we're gonna do an outline on wherever you drew. So you're gonna cover, just follow the pencil line with your black pen and you're gonna do the eyelashes. As you can see, I did the outline for now, and now I'm going to do the eyelashes, bottom and top. And just kind of wherever you did the eyelash with the pencil, just follow that same line but with the pen. And this will bring them out more, make it look a bit more realistic. Okay, so I just finished the top part of the eyelashes, all here, and now I'm going to do the bottom lashes. This is also a part where if you think there's too many eyelashes, you don't have to do all of them with the pencil. You can add more in, you can make them longer, shorter, whatever you want to do. go. So that's how it looks so far. It's looking pretty good. Okay, now we're going to go back to the markers, and you're going to take your darkest shade again, and you're going to, now this is kind of complicated, so I'm going to give you some examples. Now, as you can see here, I just drew little lines that start from the outward line of your eye and just kind of bring them in towards the middle, but leave some space between the middle and the lines. Kind of like if you were doing eyelashes, but along the rim of the eye. So this is how it looks like. As you can see, I did a bunch of little lines. And that's how it kind of should look. Then if you want to add some lighter parts, take your white pencil, and this will kind of blend it out and also add some more texture. Here, so it's obviously it's a white pencil, so it's not going to change the color, but since the ink is still wet and it hasn't dried, you can move it around, so if there's any splotches or there's lines that are thicker, you can even it out kind of with this white pencil. And it also smoothens out the texture so it looks a bit more glossy. Okay, then when you're happy with the way it looks, take your black pen and we're going to do an outline here. So just outline the eyeball with your black pen. Okay, then when you're done with that, yeah. So we finished with the eye. This is how it turns out. This is how mine turned out. Thank you for watching.